Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Turning the Pages podcast. Man, I'm just your co host, Ariel, but the host of this amazing podcast is Soraya. And I am so glad that you guys, first of all, have a liked, comment, and as well as subscribe to the channel. Oh, we want you to be able to be a part of the family. So make sure you guys have done that. Y'all know we are on the road to 100 by March. So in the month of March, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers, y'all. So if I were you, please be able to go hit that button for us and be able to subscribe. Well, I'm really glad. If you have not tuned in already, make sure you go back and listen to the past episodes that we've already done. But we have some amazing things coming for y'all. Ooh, it's so good. But to the author and the entrepreneur, Soraya, how are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous.
Y'all, I love it. Her energy is always like this, okay? And it makes me, even as a bubbly person, even more bubbly, all right? I absolutely I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, on today's episode, before we get into it, Sarai, I want to be able to know a little bit, tell our audience a little bit about you. So we're gonna have a fun little icebreaker before we get into it. So, Sarai, what is your favorite color?
Okay, so before I tell you my favorite color, I just want to let you know my used to be and what my favorite color is now
Okay.
because it's all about turning the page. So, my favorite color in the past was black. I love black. I just thought black was so beautiful. I love darkness and things like that. But my favorite color now today is white. And the reason for that is because whatever I loved back then when I was in my darkness, I'm now walking in the light. So it's always easy for me to be uncomfortable and do something totally opposite of what I used to be to where I am at today.
You better come on here and preach about this good hair color, okay? Yes, I'm here for it. Oh, that's so good. I love it. We're walking into the light. That's so good. All right, my next icebreaker question is, what is your favorite movie?
So once again, I'm going to talk about my used to be's and then what I am now. So my used to be's bloody, gory, crazy, deranged movies. So it was more like horror. So my favorite movies now is all about love and creating wealth and just manifesting into your greatness, and it's all total opposite of what I used to like.
Wow. Oh, that's so good. Y'all see how this is going? Because we're turning the page, as Soraya said. Oh, I love it. All things love. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, the last icebreaker on today's show. If you had to go anywhere in the world, okay, because y'all know springtime is coming up and all good stuff. Where would you go? That dream vacation. Where are you going?
It would be at Paradise. Paradise. I seen a picture and finally found out that it is an island called Paradise, and that's where I would love to go because they also call heaven Paradise. They call it, the ghost streets, and everything is just wonderful there. And that's how they actually introduce, Paradise Island. So that's where I would love to go.
Wow, I'm gonna have to go and Google that after we are done. Okay. I gotta be able, after the show is over, I gotta be able to go and look at this Paradise Island. I love it. Oh, I love it. Y'all, we're in this thing where we be able to get a little bit more, know a little bit more about Soraya, the woman behind the author. So I love that little icebreaker. All right. So getting into today's show, like I said, make sure you guys have done yourself a good favor, y'all. And make sure you go ahead and not only follow Soraya on Instagram at the diamond touch underscore, and as well as make sure that you go and grab a new copy, your copy of her new book. I'm super excited about that. And make sure you also have subscribed to the channel. So make sure you get the book, sure you subscribe, and make sure you follow. I love it. All right, in today's show, yo, Sarai, you be able to fill me in because it's so crazy to me that we are almost in spring. And we often always hear about spring cleaning and being able to get rid of the old and be able to, make way, make for the new. And so spring cleaning is something that I can raise my hand and say, we don't always want to do it. I don't like doing it. We want to be able to, we're preparing for a new season. And so on today, our show, we're talking about preparing for a new season. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and type that in that you're preparing. Let's declare that I am preparing for a new season. So, Sarai, fill me in. We're talking about spring cleaning. We're using that analogy, but what does a new season mean to you?
A new season mean to me is basically what you said, getting rid of the old and replacing it with the new. Not just get rid of the old and then just have nothing there, but replacing it with the new. So replacing something with the new would be uncomfortable because you don't want to get rid of the old. But as I see it, is a lot of times that when you keep the old, if it's not necessary to keep it because it's not something for memories or bringing great to your life, it has a soul tie to it. And if your soul is tied to something old, then you have no room for something new to come in.
That's good. Oh, that's good. That's good. And how to be able to help our listeners of being able to create the space for something new, and being able to know that if something is old and it's not worth your ability to say, hey, I'm not gonna keep holding on to this. I want to be able to walk into that newness, being able to let go. What I hear you saying, Sarai, is you got to be able to make the choice to let it go. Oh my goodness. And it's hard, isn't it, Sarai?
It is very, very hard. I mean, it was so hard for me for 26 years to let go of the old because I knew the old so well. I didn't want to learn anything new because I knew everything about the old. So it's extremely hard. But the thing is, the way it makes you feel, the way it makes you feel when you got rid of it and you replaced it with something else, especially if you notice, if you do pros and cons of the old, right? What did the old do for you? It was the chain reaction, the same thing, same results, you
Mhm.
know? So the fact is, it should be easy to get rid of it if you notice that it didn't do anything conducive into your life, if it didn't bring any greatness into your life, if it's the same thing over and over again and you wondering, why is this happening to me? Why? It's because you continually doing the same thing.
Oh, you see, you preach right now because it's like that's called, insanity, doing the same thing over and over again. And we're wanting a different result, but we're not seeing it. And so that's so good, Sarai, because you're a part of turning the page. You want people to be able to see and to know that more is possible, that new is possible, that you don't have to keep the old, but that you can be able to walk in newness, in this newness of life and light, that you don't have to accept what is old. Man, that's something. And you said for over 26 years of wanting to, you saw the old, but you have been dedicated, and I've seen it personally, dedicated to newness, dedicated to freedom. And so, and wanting to be able to encourage our audience on today of being able to walk in this, doing some like spring soul cleaning. Like we want
Hmm.
to take this moment and to do some spring soul cleaning so you can get rid of the old and walk into the new. What is one thing maybe that helped you, that you were able to kind of get rid of the old and walk into your newness? What was one thing? Because y'all got to get her book now so you can know all of them. But what was one thing that you said, okay, this was, I can check off. This helped me get from my old place to my new place.
One thing that helped me get from old to new was letting go myself, having a burial of people that always was helping me, you know,
Wow.
and in a way that's called oh God, mind block. But what is it called?
Like dependency.
Yes, like
Mhm.
people was always doing for me, like trying to help me get where I needed to be. And like, well, Sarai, if you do this. I see, I was hard headed, so I didn't like having authority anyway. But the thing is, when I put a burial up and say, look, if I really want this, I have to do it for myself, and I have to stop them from helping me because it
Mhm.
just kept me in the foul life that I was living. It kept me in it. So once I something just hit me out of nowhere, like Soraya, you're only going to get where you need to be when you want to do it for yourself. Because I'm a people pleaser. I always wanted to please them, but it was never for me. It was never for me. And one thing my mom told me, and this was not too long ago, a couple years ago, don't try to make me proud. Make yourself proud. And it hit me in my heart so hard. And at first I was looking at it to negative, but she was right. The
Yeah.
reason why I was never happy because I was always trying to make someone else happy but me, thinking
Wow.
that my happiness came from making them happy.
Mm,
So
wow.
you have to have boundaries. And whatever you do, you have to know it is for you. It
Yeah.
might sound selfish, but you have to be selfish when you want to do things great. Because if you're not great to yourself, you can give but so much to someone else.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so so good. And to understand that you are worthy. I hear you. You're worthy of knowing that you are worth it. Like you're worthy of knowing not only are you worth it, but you're worth being okay to you. You're worth, taking a chance on you. That's so good. Oh, that's so so good. Man, y'all hope you are taking a chance on you. We're encouraging you on today, Soraya, the host of the Turning the Pages podcast, to be able to tell you, to give you some hope that you too do it for yourself. I hear that's the word for today. Do it for yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you like you can do it for you.
That's
Man,
right.
oh, that's so so good. What is one thing that we can be able to leave with our listeners on today as they have subscribed, because they know we're on our road to 100, okay?
Yeah.
What is the one thing that we can be able to leave our amazing listeners with as they are doing some spring soul cleaning, as they are kind of walking this out? We want you to do some cleaning before spring even hits. So, what's one thing that we could be able to leave? This was so so good with our listeners.
So one thing I want to leave is one thing I do want to say is thank you again because you're such a blessing in my life. Yes, we are going for 100 in March. By the end of March, we're going to be starting that 1,000. I'm one person that believes way more than the eye can see or the mind can believe. I have a belief system that is outrageous, and one thing I can say is my life have turned because of that. Just because of that, my life has been living in my dreams because I believe it. So, one thing I can say about spring cleaning is not just about your soul, but it's also about how you live. How you live. If someone walked into your house right now, just just off a GP, just came to your door and you allowed them in, the way your house look right now determines how that you're living. Like you can always knock on my door and my house is never dirty. Never. Because guess what? I'm living a new life. So the way you live determines on how great your health is.
Ooh. How great you live is determined by how great your house is. And we're making that house be in every part of your life, right? Like,
That's right.
yeah, that's so, so good. Y'all, let's do some spring cleaning together. Let's be able to take out the old and let's be able to bring in some new things. Well, you guys are in store. You are, oh gosh, I can't even, y'all. I'm so excited that I can't even get my good word out. I am so excited for what is in store for Turning the Pages podcast. Make sure that you went ahead and have subscribed to our channel, and as well as make sure you have purchased Soraya's book. Soraya, before we leave today, can you give them the name of your book so that way they can be able to go ahead and grab their copy? Because you're about to be all over and teaching, all over and being able to share not only your testimony, but how you have overcome. What's the name of the book so they can go ahead and get their copy?
The name of my book is Stories of a Lost Soul That Found Her Way. It will be global, even if I have to go global and make sure it's global. It will happen.
It will happen. Y'all, I'm excited. Make sure that you have subscribed and as well as tune into the next episode of Turning the Page. Here, we will want you to keep winning and as well as know that you too can turn the page. Until next time, family, we're excited about you winning, and it's going to be good. We're only going up from here. So make sure that you get your notebook out next time. It's going to be good. Ooh, I can't wait. Y'all, let's turn the page together.
See ya.